The initial sip that I had did remind me of like sniffing Sharpies. Okay, hello. We are trying out the new Blue Bottle Samra Origins limited edition Ethiopian instant coffee. So I decided to pick up both the instant espresso and also this for fun. This one I think is like has a collab with the Weeknd, so this is like a big deal, you know. It's this big coffee release for Blue Bottle. But just got this in, and I wanted to try it out. I'm just really curious whenever there are instant coffee or very convenient solutions out there. But this one here is the espresso, and this is the single origin stuff. We're gonna try the single origin stuff out, and if people want us to try espresso, we'll also try that out as well. But you get a box like this. It honestly has a really, you know, like this packaging is really nice. And then in here, we haven't opened it yet, but I did take a little peek. This is pretty well done. There's a lot of really nice information here. And then you get this here. So yeah, very curious to see if it tastes any good. I'm gonna do both an iced brew of it and a hot brew of it, but I'm very interested to see if any of the characteristics of a nice Ethiopian coffee come out here. But it says here, Samra Origin Craft Instant Coffee Limited Edition, Ethiopian Single Origin, notes of berry compote, toffee, and lemon. This is about $30, and the e-commerce experience is fantastic on the Blue Bottle website. Actually, the interesting thing is I bought both of these, and they came in 2 different packages. I bought them at the same time, and you can get free shipping there, so that was cool. But yeah, this has 15 servings of it. Actually, for a color comparison, although this is supposed to be for espresso, you'll see that the granules here are definitely different colored. Your espresso instant is actually darker than the light roast Ethiopian, which they say this is a light roast, but you know, we don't know how light it actually is. I'm just very interested to see if the actual flavor notes come out. But yeah, packaging really nice, and I like that they actually give you information here. So if you want to do an iced, you add 1 tablespoon 4 grams of craft instant coffee to 1 ounce of hot water. Stir until the crystals are fully dissolved. Then add ice and 6 to 8 ounce of cold or room temperature water. And then for the hot, you do the same thing. Add 1 tablespoon, 4 grams of this to 6 to 8 ounce of hot water. 150 to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. For kind of taste reasons, I'm going to try this with distilled water. You know, we want to give this like the best chance that it can have when it comes to flavors. Packaging, again, really nice. This is a glass jar, by the way, so you might be able to hear that. But yeah, let's crack this guy open and see how it is. Okay, so there really isn't a seal, or maybe there is, but it's kind of, I don't think this is adhesive, but there is like a little cover here. Granules are big because they're freeze dried. It smells nice. It actually smells quite sweet. I would say that there is less of that distinctive instant freeze-dried smell that you would generally get out of certain packets. Yeah, I mean, it honestly smells pretty nice. And this will make about 15 servings is what Blue Bottle says. And I think you definitely can adjust strength and everything as well. Normal distilled water, and we'll kind of go from there. They say 6 to 8 ounces. I'll do 7, which is about 200 mils. And then what we need to do is we then need to give this a nice stir. This is initially, wow, actually a lot more aromatic than I expected it to be. So we'll give it a stir. It does smell like instant coffee, or does have that, I would say, freeze-dried smell to it, but it doesn't have like harshness to it, I would say. Not as harsh as you would expect it to smell. It does smell a little floral, a little sweet as well. So it smells nice. And as you see, this is definitely concentrated. This is, you know, definitely high TDS, I would say. But all right, it's fully dissolved. That was pretty easy. We're getting some for the cameraman also, but let's see. Let's see how it smells. I guess like I do get a little of that berry that they're talking about, but nothing like distinctively to me is like a freshly roasted, like fresh brewed coffee. It smells like coffee, but it doesn't smell like, a pour over, for example. It is not bad. That is very sweet. They say a toffee note. I definitely am getting that toffee note. To me, I would probably interpret that more as like chocolate. I am interested to see how this behaves, though. I haven't brewed a lot of instant coffee ever, so I'm interested to see once this fully cools down, do we get maybe some of that lemon and berry compote that they're talking about. I do think that I'm getting some of this like berry sweetness as well. It's not bad. It is not bad at all.
It's not bad.
As we aerate, definitely I'm getting some of that lemon, maybe like that berry compote carrying lemon. You can tell this is instant, but it's definitely much less harsh. I think that's also because we're using distilled water. But you can tell that it's a lighter roast profile. You can tell that there is some amount of fruit notes in here. Maybe this is like unnatural. I don't know. I don't know what exactly what coffee they use to actually make this, but I would assume that it might be like something that is much more punchy, that can actually like withstand some of that instant processing. Yeah. The thing too here is that it is very rounded. You get a lot of like sweetness in it. It's rounded. It's very comfortable, lighter roast single origin coffee. Yeah, this is enjoyable. I don't really have much complaints out of this, especially going in knowing that this is instant coffee. It is fruits and floralness within the context of instant coffee. So it's not going to be as like crazy punchy as if you were to do a hand pour. But this is acceptable. Yeah, not bad. Actually, not bad. Now that it's really cooled down, I definitely am getting lemon. There's like a little bit of that like citrus lemony acidity there that is within like this very rounded like chocolate toffee note. So it's very sweet. It's approachable. It's not as harsh as I thought it would be, and I think that's because it is a lighter roast profile. Now, let's try iced. We have our 4 grams in here, and then we're gonna do our 1 ounce of hot water, which is about 30 mils. Okay, iced brew at our 30 mils in here. Okay, then gonna use this because this is okay. So we're supposed to stir this up. As you see that it's definitely concentrated. I'm actually really curious what this tastes like. But actually smelling it now with less water, you definitely can get maybe in this concentrated form. There's a little bit more like apparent aromas. I definitely am smelling the berry compote now with just 30 mils on this. I actually think this might taste pretty okay by itself. But now let's go and add our room temp water, and then we'll put some ice on it. So it should be about 170 mils. So we're doing like 4 to 200 on all of these. So a little over 212. It's still look at how concentrated that is, even for like like iced. It's not bad, right? It like you get some amount of fruitiness, and there's
it's like a darker.
Yeah, it's a developed like Ethiopian coffee. I say light in the context of like Blue Bottle light. Blue Bottle is pretty developed. There's that lemon. But you do get, like, depending on how fast you slurp this, definitely I'm getting that like freeze-dried aftertaste. But it's not as apparent as I thought it would be, which is cool. Let's throw in like, what, 2 ice cubes in here. 50 grams. So a little longer ratio, I guess, if we were to talk about like how much water to 4 grams here that we're adding. Also, this caffeine on this is really hitting me right now. So, all right, that iced. Not really much aromas on the iced. I will say that I actually was quite surprised by just that initial 30 mil pour that we did here just to dissolve everything. That was when I was really smelling a lot of that blueberry. But I'm interested in this because to me, I feel like a lot of instant coffees, especially when you're talking about iced coffees, it's like cold brew, like it's that type of flavor profile, which is very safe, very chocolate, very smooth, very rounded. If I could even get a little bit of acidity or like interesting stuff in that I was getting in the hot brew in this iced, I would be pretty happy considering how easy this is. So let's taste this now. Again, not really any sort of aromatics at all. Oh, this is interesting. I think there is some amount of fruitiness in here that, like berry, I guess, into like lemon. I'm detecting less toffee because I'm brewing at this larger ratio. I don't want to say this, but it did kind of remind me of the initial sip that I had did remind me of like sniffing Sharpies, a little bit of that. But maybe it'll go away as I taste this. This is like a very chocolate forward iced coffee with a little bit of undertones of like berries and also I would say a little bit of lemon acidity in there as well. So it is more interesting than just a normal cold brew. It's pretty easy to make. I will say that I think I'm more impressed by the hot brew here because I actually think there are more interesting things occurring in it. The iced coffee is definitely more of like something that's like refreshing to have, but it's nice because it's not only just chocolate. Yeah, I mean, in the iced, I smell less of that like instant processing. It's not bad. Like this actually on iced is pretty refreshing. It's not bad. It's like, yeah. It's just, you know, within expectations. It's coffee. It's like coffee with a little bit of fruits in it, a little more kick. I think this on a summer's day is fantastic. It would be very, very refreshing. This is a instant coffee product. It's $30. You can make a ton of stuff. It's easy. Like I think this is something that you can gift people. Is it something that I would take over other solutions like Cometeer or other things like Swift Cup? Probably not, and I think that's just because of the roast profile of it. I think that this coffee in here is very approachable, very safe. Like the one that they use to make the instant is not as like expressive as you would find in other like specialty roasts. Some of those characteristics are still coming out, so this does make for like a very safe, instant, single origin iced coffee. It's not bad. It's easy to use, but I think there are some other like more expressive coffees. Like if I were to do this, I personally would want something a little more expressive, but not everyone wants to have like crazy fruits and florals. Maybe you just want a little bit of that. Then this seems to be like a great solution. And yeah, the experience of making this is not bad. The packaging's nice. It's easy to buy. For what I think Blue Bottle is trying to do and what I think this is marketed towards, I think this is safe. Like this is something that has a flavor profile that is wildly approachable. It's like, you know, fruits and chocolate. Like, I mean, most people will probably like that in a bit more of a developed profile. But I think the thing that I like about this the most is that it doesn't really seem to have too much of that instant coffee flavor associated with it. Just kind of wanted to cover it. I thought it was interesting. I wanted to pick it up and see how it is. If you guys do want to see this, let me know. But otherwise, yeah, this was Blue Bottle's Samra Origins Craft Instant Coffee, lighter roast Ethiopian instant coffee. Very interesting to try. But yeah, otherwise, that's all. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.